We can extend the array construct to multi-dimensional arrays, but it will suffice our purposes at the moment to just deal with a two-dimensional array. It's actually unlikely that you'll need more than 2 dimensions in an array for typical data processing purposes. Many dimensional arrays would certainly be more common in mathematical or scientific programs or data analysis software. Here we have an array of arrays. The array variable person data has elements 0 and 1. The element 0 is itself assigned the value of an array, a numeric auto-indexed array, where the 0th element is Mr., the first element is Mike, the third element Frayne, the fourth element 4. The second element of the array variable person data, element 1, is assigned the value an array of 4 elements. This is a two-dimensional array, a numeric array of numeric arrays. Explaining further, the value arnett is referenced by person data 1, 2. The 1 is in brackets, the 2 is in brackets. Remember, not parenthesis, but brackets. That is to say, the data in the second details record, here are the details records, and the second one is 0th, 1st, 2nd. So the value in the second details record of the first person data record, this is the first person data record, record 1, as opposed to the 0th record, is arnett. It is referenced by person data 1, so the variable is person data and whatever record number it is. The second item in brackets is the item in the details array. We can summarize this in a while loop. If we set the variable I to the value 0 to start with, and then say while I is less than 2, do these two statements. First of all, echo person data variable I 0. So I is now 0. So I is set to this record here. Person data I0 will be person data 10, so it will be Mr. Concatenate that with a space, then concatenate that with person data I, which is record 0, record 1 in the details, Mike. And I think you can see that that will generate the echo Mr. Mike Frayne. After that's echoed, we increment the variable I, so it now has a value of 1. So we'll echo person data 10, which is Mrs., concatenated with space, person data 1, which is Kathy, etc. Obviously, it's going to echo Mrs. Kathy Arnett. It increments I, which now has the value 2, so because this while clause is only going to execute while I is less than 2, it'll stop executing there. To illustrate this, go back to Bluefish, open a fresh code pane, and paste the snippet examplets arrays associative two-dimensional. Again, this is a complete PHP file, complete with header. It shows you how to compile a two-dimensional array for company names. So company 0 is the array, company name is mapped to quiches for you, reg type is mapped to the empty string. Company 1 is the array company name mapped to Pi and source, reg type mapped to partners, and so on. This two-dimensional array indicates how you can combine a numeric array with an associative array. This is a numeric array of associative arrays. Each one of these is an associative array. The second part of this script simply echoes out the company name part of the array, concatenated with a space, concatenated with the reg type of the array, concatenated with a break character. So, just like the previous examples, we would expect this to echo out to the browser a list of company names and their registration types. I've put a little bit of extra code here for you to examine. This says set I to 0, echo a heading list of companies, while I is less than 7, echo I and the company name and the company reg type, increment I. Eventually, I will get to be equal to 7, so the while clause will stop repeating. Let's just save that, copy the file name, paste the file name, save it, go to our browser, open up a new browser page, find our demo file, and there it is, array assoc2dim, execute, and then we have our manually listed list of companies, and here we have our where repetition list of companies where we've listed I, company name I, and reg type I. In conclusion, I should say that arrays can be very useful in processing data, but we never really want to store data in our code, whether in arrays or otherwise. That's what a database is for. So now let's move on to doing just that, using these techniques in SQL scripts to manage data in a database.